stopping by the Tumbleweed Logic page, or you just forgot. My name is Julia Rock. My friends call me J Rock. Hopefully that makes sense. And I want to just thank you for stopping by and checking this video out in the first place. I appreciate you so much. But I do know that you have a limited amount of time to surf the web and look at YouTube videos. So without further ado, let's get into what we're talking about today. So this video is actually going to be more of a continuation of a confessional, as a word that I put on my Facebook page today. I did a Facebook Live video. And I was really just talking about what I was afraid of when it comes to sharing my business with the world. I grew up in a traditional West Indian household. My family's from Barbados. Beja and Massive. Hopefully I've got some viewers from Barbados. But growing up in that household, growing up West Indian, you know, anyone will tell you that it's a very kind of private culture. You know, the idea is that your business is not for public consumption. You keep certain things to yourself. Your business is not supposed to be out in the streets. And that's how I've kind of lived my life. I've always been a very private person. But I had to start thinking about, well, why am I so private with my business though? Or why was I so secretive with my business ventures? And I had to think about it. Besides just my upbringing, it's also about being afraid. Part of me was wondering, well, if I share it with people, or share it with my friends in particular, friends and family members, you know, because you can share stuff with strangers and they probably don't care, and you don't care if they care or not. But when it comes to friends or family members, you get a little bit more like, well, are they gonna be interested in my video? Are they gonna like my stuff? Are they gonna even visit my blog? You know, I started to think about all these different, are people gonna think I'm doing too much? You know, what are people gonna think? But I really had to do some self-evaluation and be like, why do I care? Why do I care what anyone thinks about what it is that I'm doing? Do I believe in it? Do I think it's dope? Do I think what I'm doing is absolutely amazing? If that's the case, why do I care what anyone else thinks? I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me because it's a passion that I have and it's been placed on my heart, and I need to just put it out there. So I was telling myself that for a little while, but I really wasn't going all the way. I was kind of half-stepping it. I'd put out a video here or put out a link here, but I realized in order for me, and we've all heard the saying, and I put this in my Facebook Live video, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. If I truly believe in my ability to talk to people, share positive energy, and motivate, and also and just kind of inspire people, if I believe in my ability to do that, why don't I just share it with people? Why don't I just put it out there and see what happens? And there's no way that my business will ever grow if I don't share it with people. They have to know I'm actually doing it. And I've had this saying for other things in my life, but I applied it to this. Let's say that no one ever watches anything. Let's say that no one ever pays attention to a video or my blog or anything like that. Am I any worse off? No. The only thing I would have spent is time making the video. But honestly, making these videos are fun. I hope that you guys enjoy them, by the way. Be sure to like them and subscribe. Shameless plug. But I think this is fun. So I'm no worse off. So why am I worried about what people will think if they don't pay attention, if they do pay attention? And I had to really get over that fear. So that's why this morning I went out on my Facebook page and basically shared it with other people. And the reason why I'm bringing it to you and kind of making it personal is it's easy for someone to get in front of a camera and say, you know, here's what you can do and try to motivate and whatever. But I think it makes more sense to share the fears that I have and what I'm going through, and not just make it seem as if I have it all figured out while I'm making these videos. I don't have it figured out. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to making videos, but I'm a firm believer that you have to start somewhere. You've got to do something. You've got to put one foot in front of the other. If you remember a couple of videos back, for those of you who are subscribers, but if you haven't, you can go back and look at this video. I made one called, you know, get out of your head, and it was talking about analysis paralysis. Too often we overanalyze and overthink everything we're doing before we take a first step forward. We can't live our lives that way, or we will never get our ideas off the ground. And if we let fear paralyze us, the fear of what our friends may think, or our family members may think, or our neighbors will think, we will have our dope ideas fall in the dust because we're worried about that. And if you don't get behind your idea, if you're not willing to be bold with it and put it out for the world to see and shamelessly promote yourself, if you're not willing to do that, why is anyone else going to get on the bandwagon? And I had to tell myself that. I had to say, if you believe in your videos, if you believe in your blog, if you believe in your abilities, then you need to share it, because if you don't show that you believe in it, no one else will either. And once I started thinking that way, it's like, hey, I have to get bold with it. And so that's the mantra that I gave myself for the next 6 to 12 months, is if I really get bold with it, if I make my videos consistently, if I post on my blog consistently, and I just really believe in what I do and promote the hell out of it, if I really do that, will I get over this fear that I have? And will I see it grow? I've been inspired by so many people on YouTube that I've seen go through that journey. If you guys have ever watched Maya Washington, or her page is Shameless Maya, she's been a huge inspiration by just with her, shameless promotion. And she started her YouTube as an experiment. And if you watch her now, she's got tons of followers and she's just out here balling out of control. But I watch people like her and other YouTubers and just other people in my life in general, my friends who have been just, gung-ho with following their dreams and following their passions and really just going for it. And I had to apply that to myself. It's like, if I'm trying to motivate people, I have to internalize that stuff as well. And that's really the whole point of this video. I don't want to be long-winded, but I just wanted to say that get bold with it. Go all out with your stuff. If you believe in whatever it is that you're doing, if you're basket weaving, if you're out here making these baskets, then you need to weave the hell out of some baskets and tell everyone that you know, I've got these baskets that I want to sell, and my baskets are awesome. You should get one. People may get one or they may not, but if you believe in it, at some point, someone else is going to be like, hell, I never really thought I needed a basket that was hand woven, but hell, maybe I'll try it out. And you have to believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing. So I wanted to let you guys know that, hey, I'm not just out here trying to share things with you. I'm also learning as I go. I'm also growing as I do this. And it's important to just be bold with whatever you're doing. If you have music, clothing, if you're starting a food line or a makeup line, or whatever it is that is your passion to do, don't be afraid to put it out everywhere you can possibly put it out. Shamelessly plug it wherever you can. Why? Because it's dope. That's it. You know what? Now is the time to break out of it. Don't wait for a New Year's resolution. Now is a good time as any to go out and really get bold with it and see what kind of success and see what kind of opportunities happen to find you when you finally say, I'm no longer going to be afraid of what anyone thinks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to ride this wave and see where it takes me. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you've been through something similar, or you've got some thoughts, please show some love in the comments. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I want you guys to laugh hard, love hard, and dream big.